All right, guys. I'm here with Coach Andy Helms, Associate Head Football Coach, Offense Coordinator at Carnegie Mellon University. Coach is talking mid-zone and gap scheme run today. Carnegie Mellon was ranked number 25 as a team last year and top 25 in a lot of statistical categories. Very excited for today. Go ahead, Coach.
Thank you. All right, wanted to get started, guys, just to trying to talk as much ball as we can today. Got a lot of video, not a whole lot of diagrams and that. Wanted to go through and talk a little bit on some of the coaching points on our mid zone though, and give you a little bit of description before we get into the actual video of it. But for us, mid zone kind of became big about 3 years ago for us, and really is more probably closer to our wide zone than anything else. It's definitely a stretch and puncture play. Our offensive lineman technique is basically identical to what we were doing with wide zone, and we basically kind of got rid of wide zone, kept mid zone. We keep duo, and we got rid of tight zone, and so kind of shaved down what we were actually working on, the amount of schemes, but we're able to kind of be a little more creative with the mid zone. And so just to kind of get back to that, it's a stretch and puncture play. Our aiming point is going to be the outside leg of the play side tackle. So it is a wide stretch and puncture play. We do need to get our foot in the ground as a running back and get north and south and make that one cut and live with it. Looks just like wide zone, like I said, kind of a three-man surface. Efficiency wise, mid zone was 49% for us this year, which means it was 4 yards or more, or on first down. Second down, it got us at least half of what we needed on second down, or picked up a first down for us in third and fourth down situations. Again, got our variations with mid zone. We insert on the backside, inside backer, like a lot of folks do. We'll cut off on the backside, C gap player. We'll run split mid zone with insert, and split mid zone where we will cut it off, and split mid zone where we will read the backside C gap, or split mid zone where we'll read the second level, and regular mid zone we read the second level. So those are all things that we do with it. Getting to the gap schemes, we'll talk about those later. We'll talk about duo, we'll talk GT counter, and we'll talk tackle wrap. All right. So let's look at the insert, the mid zone stuff with insert. And again, giving you a lot of different personnel groups, a lot of different formations, just so you can see how we differentiate and mix the looks up, but still just running in our mind. This is just mid zone insert. And one of the things is against Grove City, obviously a team that whose only loss was to Cortland. Really, really good football team. And here we are in 12. They're an odd front team. We're really getting great movement on the nose. This is one of the advantages of against an odd of running this thing to the open side, and then we use our H-back to cut off that backside linebacker. And one of the key coaching points on this is for the H-back to really work off of that combo, knowing that of the center and the guard on the nose. So again, here we are again, similar. We're under center now. Again, this we checked. We were checking one way or the other here, and quarterback is checking this thing to go to the left here. And as we do this, that H now has to cut off on that backside. Notice how he kind of goes and chooses. The center is kind of all by himself now, right? Because we've chosen to run it to the tight end side here, and he's going to chip and work up to that backside backer, even though he is play side without any motion. Here we are out of 11, kind of going fast. Some of our younger guys here, but you can see here we are stretching it, puncturing it, putting our foot in the ground and getting positive yards. Okay, it's against Case Western, really good football team. Again, we're in 11 personnel here. This is obviously in conjunction with some RPO throws. And again, they're playing coverage here. They lift. So we're going to go ahead and hand this thing off. Got a pretty good look to a 6-man box. Okay, now we're running some split zone now. And this basically, the H is starting opposite of the running back. And so when the ball is snapped, the H and the running back are, are going opposite directions. It's against W and J 2 years ago. Again, they're going to stem their front. We're fine. We're zoning it out. And H-back does a nice job inserting here right off of that center. And again, that guy's running. And so we really work on just trying to be under control and not miss that backer on the insert. Let's see a little wider view here of it. We talk about to the back of riding the wave. You're going to stretch, you're going to puncture, you're going to put your foot in the ground. You may ride that thing all the way back, depending on the movement. As you can see, the nose guard getting displaced and things like that. Here we have the edge. This is against DePaul in the playoff game 2 years ago. Again, you see the insert here on 22. We're reading to see if we have the edge. That outside linebacker is trying to go on a cross down, I'm assuming, as he tries to retrace back inside here. And obviously that gives us the edge. We take it. See it again. Again, got to be patient. The H-back's really got to be patient when that backer is hung on the backside here. Again, right off of that center's block. Again, the center is more soloed here based on the front. I'm sorry, the guard ends up being soloed here. And again, depending on that A gap or B gap down lineman, he's got to work to insert and use his eyes to get to that backside backer. Again, you can see it's like the parting of the Red Seas at times. We're basing up in that 4 down on the backside. Here we are. We're in 12 personnel here. Again, working this thing to the 3-man surface. H-back's inserting back. That backside backer. And again, we ride the wave. Nice cut back. See it here, end zone. Got 3 views on some of these. All right, moving on here. Again, we're in 12 personnel. I believe this is Whitworth in our home opener a couple years back. Good 4 down team here. Again, we're able to get that 3 technique displaced. We ride the nose back, get this backside backer cut off. But again, nice little displacement of the 3, and back puts his foot in the ground, gets vertical. All right, so now we're cutting off on the backside with mid zone. Some of these are split where we're just, again, we're cutting off the C-gap player with the H-back. Okay. Sometimes we don't like that matchup. You can see the end does a pretty good job of collision on our H. We do get him cut off, but there's sometimes these can be, as you guys know, big collisions. But again, a simulated pressure look. They have backers walked up. We're able to get the edge, make the safety miss. Jumping around here. Again, we're cutting off this backside with our H. This is some Wildcat stuff. We're playing Washington Jefferson this year. We head into the game, and after our game on the previous week, our trainer tells us, well, your number one quarterback's out with a hammy, your number two quarterback's out with a hammy, and your third string Wildcat guy's got a deep thigh bruise. So we had to dig down deep and game plan some things in this game. So we're just cutting off the backside. We're making it look like we're reading it. Right now, we're not reading it, just handing it off. Again, trying to push the back out, help the backside a little bit. Again, get everybody covered up on the play side here. They start in kind of a tough front, and then they stem into a 4-2. Again, the jump motion loosens this backer on the backside here. Again, we're up to the safety. See it from the end zone here. We're in quads here, so a little formational variety here. Wing. You got twins out here. Tight end wing. Trying to get them to kick everybody over here or adjust. They left this overhang back here to the boundary. Felt pretty good about running the ball to the field. Backside safety make the play there. Same look. All right. This is a little different. We're going to tell this H-back to kind of check. We're cutting off the backside with this tight end who's off the ball. We have two tight ends in the game, so we're 12 personnel. We started off kind of in a wing to each side. We motion him across to try and get them to slide. Then we're going to check for any, this one here is going to cut off. The first one will just cut off when we're running full mid zone here to the right. And this H-back is going to check if there's any pressure off the edge, he'll block it. If not, he will add and just kind of clean up any garbage front side. You can see he comes up and strikes that safety who made the play the last time we ran it over here. So now, again, if nothing triggers off of this edge, okay, he's free to then add over here. That makes it kind of nice. Gives you an extra hat. All right, so mid zone, we were reading the first level defender. Okay. I'm going pretty quick here. I'll slow it down a little bit. But again, this is a read. We're reading the C-gap player here. 30. And again, this H-back is protecting the mesh. We always tell him he is protecting the mesh. So if we get a mesh charge like this outside backer coming, or a wide defensive end that's charging into this C-gap, he's going to cut it off, because we don't want mesh charge, and we don't want a mesh charge blowing up our quarterback. We have another tag where we can tell him to bypass things. But right now he's protecting the mesh. So he sees the mesh charge, he gets it blocked, quarterback gets the pull and gets around it. Okay. I'm going with a little bit of tempo here. You can see they're not quite lined up. Base 4-2 look. And screaming, get the pull, make the go call. Big chunk play. And again, when you're running mid zone, it's great if you can get a hat on a hat and get people blocked. When you have a good defense, a lot of times you're going to have to to gain an advantage. One way to gain an advantage is to read a guy and not block him. And that's what's going on here. And again, the ability to pull the ball and get out on the perimeter, make the defense play with some discipline, with read option type football. Okay, here we go again. And again, this H-back is protecting the mesh. If we tell him if that 5 is screaming, keep him at the line of scrimmage and then look to climb. So notice how he doesn't go and cut him off, but he gives him a hand and keeps him at the line of scrimmage so he can't charge, at a 45 to the mesh. If he can go flat down the line chasing the running back, but that's going to be an easy pull read for a quarterback. So he needs to make enough contact with this defensive end so his charge is at the line of scrimmage and flattens him out, as opposed to letting him run up the field here and blow the mesh up. And then we're around it. Good job by the H-back again. Protect the mesh, then climb, look inside out. There's the backer. Boom, safety's wrong. Good play. Okay, here's a couple pulls with some throws off of this. This isn't quite exactly how we draw this up. The quarterback here, who was our backup, swears that he saw a blown coverage. So he's really supposed to attack the perimeter here after the pull. He kind of does, and he pulls up and swears that he saw the blown coverage. We get the big chunk play here. But we're really looking for the ball to be thrown in the flat here. I don't think I've ever seen us even throw that in practice, kind of laughing about that. All right. 11, actually we're 12 here again, 12 personnel. Good go call. Just run it. I'd like to see him stay off the hash here, outside the hash here after the pull. Bad guys are inside there. Again, see on this mid zone here, we catch them in a game here. So we don't always capture the edge, and we don't need to always capture the edge here. When they give it to you, we're okay with taking it. Tight end does a nice job of capturing. This guy goes, they shoot the corner off the edge there. Good eyes. Good pickup. Again, this is kind of what we're saying here. You get a team that's playing man. Little ooze release on the out by number 2 there. Nice throw and catch off of the pull. Against Brockport State in our bowl game. Good football team. We are condensed down here, 3x1, 11 personnel. This is kind of more of a naked flave to it, where we get bringing a crosser from the backside. The O-line knows this. This ball can be pulled, and you can see how they work with discipline to not go beyond the 3 yards, knowing this thing, can get pulled and is likely thrown. On this particular play, it's kind of more of an aggressive pull mentality for the quarterback. Hey, we'd like you to pull it and get the ball on the edge and see if we can hit a throw here. And you can see the run action obviously pulls the backers. They're going to fit, and there's really no one left for the crosser, as the safety has to manage these two guys going vertical here with a high-low. And we get the touchdown on the throw. But again, if you're able to effectively run this mid-zone play, you know, the run action and the reads and things off of it can be really good as well. Another short throw to the flat off of the pull against Case. They're an odd front. Good pull. Okay. Two backs in here, one tight end. 21 personnel. Read that. Get a little bit of a cross action with the backs. Easy throw in the flat. Again, with the safety low. He's working through one to get to the flat a little late there. Nice throw and catch. Get 10 yards. Okay. A couple more clips here of this mid-zone stuff. Again, this is a good example, kind of riding the wave. He's going to stretch this thing and puncture it. And then based on the movement of those guys, this thing hits pretty far back. But he's always going north. Foot in the ground, going north, little slide jump cut. Work on that on the regular. And off of that kind of similar action here, again, this ends up being a D-gap read where we're reading this one here on the pull, knowing that we got a throw option to this back here. Quarterback can see it. Easy throw, easy catch. Good misdirection. So now we're going mid-zone, and we're reading the second level, reading this inside backer away from the play. So we're going to run zone to the right here. Again, downhill. Boom. Lower shoulders, good north and south. More of an odd front here. This game we had a bunch of fog set in. Again, as he stretches his aiming point, you know, we're getting great movement here. So he's stretching here and then getting vertical. You guys can see it. Don't need to get the edge. More important about getting vertical. You know, he could have gone here or there, but he's pressing vertical. I'm good. You know, one cut and live with it. The other thing that we do talk about when we're reading this backside inside backer here, you can see he's kind of halfway out of the box already to help defend against the RPO throws over here to the field, right? So since that's an easy read for the quarterback. He's hopping, he's out of the box. We don't have to block him. You know, we want to work vertical. And, you know, our running backs, you can see how he is cutting back to the right here. One of the things we talk about is we know that this guy we're reading over here is unblocked. So we really want to press it. We don't necessarily need to get to the edge, but we want to press it vertical and stay over here. You press it and then kind of cut back and ride that wave. We don't have a hat for him on this second level read, and they're aware of that. So they got to get vertical and then try and stay on this side of the hash, if that makes sense. Okay. A little different personnel group here. Again, 21 personnel. And just a traditional even front, working up to the Sam, reading the wheel here. But again, notice how the split action slows the mic down. And obviously the wheel allows our guard to get up to that backer. Just that little hesitation that the mic has with the cross action allows us to get up on him. Okay. Okay, another couple throws here. I think I got 2 or 3 throws here at the end off of this run action. So again, we're running mid zone. We're reading this guy here. Okay. Zone this way. And then we're sliding the H in the backside flat. And we're running some sort of switch vertical post wheel, however you want to call it. Route combo here. Kind of a man post with a rail route and a flat, flooding the weak side with run action to the field. Quarterback liked the look, took the post or the glance, however you want to say it. Again, just so we're clear, this guy here is far enough out of the box. There's no reason why he can't hand this off. I think what he was seeing is there's one dude here and this other safety over here is really still in the middle of the field. And he felt good about, putting that corner in a bind where there's these 2 guys over here for these 2. That apex safety is coming off on the rail, but he felt good about throwing that one of those 2 guys open. Okay, another little thing we've got here, got an opportunity for the quarterback pre-snap to throw this little burn route over here. They got plenty of people over here with the overhang, safety in the corner, but we do have a true one-on-one to the field, so he just takes a simple hitch to the field. And again, loading this thing up, formation sideline, we're 13 personnel over here, 12 personnel. I think it's a wide out, 2 tight ends, so we're 12, but we're bunched in this little cluster to the boundary. Again, just presenting different looks to the defense, making them line up and then make them have to, tackle a guy, one-on-one to the field. This is really simple, but it's a 1st and 10, hitch throw ends up being 16 yards. Really efficient play for us. Okay. Again, different personnel group, 2 backs. No tight ends. We're in 20 here. Okay. Hitting this boundary glance off of the 2nd level read. You see we get that split action with the backs again, getting 5 in the flat, putting this guy in conflict for sure. And this guy here ends up dropping. But again, because 8 flows fast, he felt like he had the window on the glance. I don't know that 8 flew as fast as I would have believed it, but I think he felt like with 26, the safety coming off the hash to the field, he really must have felt good about this throw. He stuck it in there. It was 1st and goal. All right, getting to some gap schemes now. And, I think one of the things we talk about with duo was we're really efficient with it. 79 attempts, averaging almost 5 a carry, 4.7 or whatever, 54% efficient. So that's awesome. We want to be right around 55% efficient with our runs if we can. And we're right there. The throws, you can see we're averaging 10 yards an attempt or 16 yards of completion. And again, we had a couple of drops and it really should have been probably 14 for 19, and that 70% or 75% efficiency. So A lot of different clips here. I think I've got 15 clips of duo, 15 of a counter tray, and 10 clips of our tackle wrap. So as we go through this, lots to look at here. We're 3x1. This is probably when we install this play in camp, it's probably the one way that we do it. You know, getting to a 3x1. When we first got this play, we got it from the Steelers, and Munchak was running it, and you know, they called it double, and it's a gap scheme with no pullers, and we're pressing the center here. See it from the end zone. The pressing, our aiming point is the guard's butt right here. We're going to the guard, and then again, we're trying to get this backer to fit, and he fits. We're looking to jump cut and get outside. This motion safety is the motion man is coming in to get the safety. See, he bypasses the Sam. Our rule simply on duo is the tight end and the H back are working really up to Sam, but really in general the H has the Sam. That's the rule. And everybody else, we're trying to get as many doubles as we can, as we run this football play up front. They call out it, ID it, and I particularly, in my mind, I like this better against an odd front. I think the angles are better. We can run it against 4 down, and it's been successful there as well. But again, we're pressing it and trying to get that linebacker to fit tight, and then now we're jumping out and getting that thing off tackle. Here we are, 3x1, no motion. Again, working at combo up to the Sam. Running back bangs it back a little bit here. Good movement on the nose. Going from 2x2 to 3x1. Again, almost all these clips should be out of 12. We do have some 13 personnel ones in here later that I'll show you. But again, started 2x2, FSL, motion to 3x1. I guess the ball's in the middle here. Again, good movement. They're stemming on us here. Press that guard's butt and get vertical. Again, 2x2 FSL, back to the field here to 3x1. Okay. Probably my favorite play here. We get a blitzing linebacker here into the A gap. Watch our guard here, eyes up, displaces him. And just for the record, he was the really good player at Westminster, was the defensive player in our league. And our All-American guard put him over there on the sidelines to his coach. But again, just see it from the end zone. Holds up nicely against the blitz. We didn't do great on the Sam there. Everybody else did. And again, lots of good things. 3x1 to the boundary. Okay. So really good freshman running back getting in this year later in a game. He ends up backdooring this thing. Press the guard. And I think what he sees is 43 knifing underneath. Again, our H-back takes a bad course, so he's beat. And so instead of jump cutting into what he thought was an unblocked guy, he bangs it back door and then goes all the way back. And he's got great speed and can kind of get away with it. Okay, this is kind of fun. Formationally, we've taken our tight end off the ball, so we have 2 H-backs here, and we're still, again, against an odd front here, really like this. Working this double back here. These guys working the ace up here. These 2 here, and then he's got this one here. So kind of cleans it up. Really like how we're able to run everybody. Get everybody moving. I mean, the movement that you get on this duo play is great. Again, as many doubles as you can, get the big guys moving. You can see Trey starts our running back here, presses this, but he can see there's lots of daylight here to the field, as you can see. Get north. Good. Anytime you're up to the safety, it's probably a pretty good play. Good movement by 85 and 79 here on this tray to the mic. Really, really good job. And again, because he's out in space, that H-back is trying to take some pretty good demeanor steps to get that guy covered up. That's a big gain there. Our H-back, we're unbalanced here. So we have our tight end here. This is a 3-man surface here, unbalanced. You know, got twins to the field, H-back here. So we're 2 by 2, but we're unbalanced. Bringing him back in motion. And we're running duo to the left here. They bring a corner blitz. Our quarterback sees it out of the corner of his eye. Gets a piece of the guy, and we end up housing. This was against DePaul in our first-round playoff game last year. But again, the corner decides to come off the edge, but everybody else is ID'd up. And this is the will. So we're here. We're here. These guys, they kicked the front because of the unbalanced. But we were able to, again, this is Sam. So H's rule is he's got Sam. So we're big here. These guys are working here. We're all working back. This guy's unblocked. But again, watch this thing play out. Press it. Get north, get south, and the big cutback to the house. Excellent job. But again, it's fun when you can take the concept of duo and then do some things formationally with it. But again, our rule is we give that H back to Sam backer, and everybody else is working doubles, trying to get those combos, get those double teams vertical. We are against North Central in the playoffs, second round last year, or I guess 2 years ago now. And they are obviously a very good 4-down team. See it from this end. Again, we're in quads. So we got our tight end and H-back here. Twins out here. Trying to formation them a little bit. Again, gaining an advantage with the corner and their safety still on the back half of the field. Give ourselves get a little bit of room here. Still got to do a better job on the Sam. He does a good job of folding in from space. All right, here we are on 13 personnel. So again, tight end wing, another tight end here, the boundary. You know, we're going to get this 5-3, bear look. So when they match and they bring another safety down in, now you have 7 for 7 in their base front. You have the other tight end now able to get the safety. And so this thing should everybody's accounted for except for that corner out there and the free safety, which is pretty good. But big chunk play here. See it from the end zone. Again, against Case Western, really good football team. Again, as I said, we're 13 personnel. We got a Y and H, another H over here. Again, they're going to be in their odd front. And then you see they've reduced down here, kind of a bear or a tough look, right? So that we're going to end up being base here. A good ace to the backside backer, right? We're down on that 4-eye. And then what we end up doing is, again, this H-back is going to clean up any garbage. So we're going to base the Sam with the tight end. This is something we worked on. So this kind of breaks our rules a little bit. And then we told this other H-back, you two basically fold in and clean up any garbage. And then you can see what that does. Now we're up to the free safety in the corner. Press it, boom, get vertical, break a tackle, ice the game. Late in the fourth quarter, that was pretty much it. We needed to get one more first down, and we did. All right. Here we are under center. 12 personnel. Again, get the safety to misfit a little bit here. Big chunk play when we're pinned. It's nice to have something you can kind of hang your hat on. And again, here we go. We're under center. You see we're condensed down, tight end Y and the Z here. The Z is going to work up to the safety. The safety's all the way in here. Okay. And again, 10 gets a little nosy. Our H is working to block him because he's ID'd as the Sam. You can see he kind of takes this little inside move. And so he kind of goes in to match it. And again, our running back ends up bouncing this thing outside. And a big play. That's against W&J. Very good football team. All right. Here we go. It's our bowl game this year against Brockport. So now we got tight end, and we put our other tight end back in the fullback as fullback. So kind of pro personnel here, 21 personnel. Or again, it's really for us, it's 12 because he's truly a tight end, but you can argue about it. He's a fullback. And again, now we're running duo from the old I formation. We look like we're the Big Ten in the mid 80s, right? But the rules are simply duo rules, guys. And if you look at it here, all right, we're going to go ahead and he is now the tight end. He takes it. His rule is Sam. There's the Sam. Everybody else is working back, right? Working these gap schemes back. It's a gap scheme with no pullers. Don't do a great job here. Backside guard doesn't do great. Everybody else does a pretty good job there, though, as we attack here. Good kick out, and we're in it and back out. Okay. A little bit of a twins here. Looks like I twins, right? Old school. Against an odd front. That's the Sam there, or the Will. There's the Sam there. Boom. And again, this is one of those things where matchup wise, you know, with this guy having a run at an underside outside backer, they're trying to set the edge with this guy here. We have a pretty good size advantage. Again, motion across to get the corner out of there. Now he's blocked. Boom, boom. Again, significant size advantage here for us. I think he's about 245 and he's not. He's about 210. Again, this backer does a good job of getting over the top. I'd like to see our tight end get more vertical. It kind of gets tied up with the tackle here, but let's get verticals to get this backer. But pretty good job here on the ace of the center and the guard. Get a little bit of movement here from them. But again, love the collision here. Fullback does his job. Boom. Again, 10 yards is pretty good. We're pinned here. Same deal. It's an odd front. See it from the end zone here. Again, working these doubles up. We're here. Should be here. Should be here. He should have whichever overhang safety is here. This one here. We kind of must have mis-ID'd this. One of the things we talk about, and I know some people start to count over here on the backside. For us on this duo play, we're looking to bounce this thing play side. So we have to cut this one loose. And so again, with a 3-3 stack team, you block the 7 most dangerous. Here's the 6 most dangerous plus the 7. So really, this guy here ends up being Sam, if you will. It's the alley safety. We're here. These guys are up, and these 2 guys are up here. So you get your 3 doubles that you want, and again, your H back on the Sam. And again, he's kind of going inside because they must have mis-ID'd it. Or what really there was some confusion on this. we get it right later. But again, good movement. And again, the H-back was being a little safer there. Okay, good jump cut here in our bowl game. Again, we're FSL'd here, bringing some motion across. We're under center. Get to a 3x1. Again, H-back's got the Sam. Able to get the edge. Good jump cut. Get under center. Y and H over here on the same side. Again, working against an odd front. Good tray there by the tight end and tackle. Staying square by the tight end. It's that guy on his back. Really, really good. Well done. Tackle wrap. Get through these. Got about 10 clips of each of these two last schemes. We'll get moving here. Okay, tackle wrap. So we're going to basically block power, pulling the tackle to the open side here. Again, this is Whitworth a couple years ago. Again, this is done in conjunction a lot of times with an RPO out here. This guy, is he going to defend the pass or is he going to fit? He's kind of in between there. Good cutoff back by a tight end. Getting north and south. All these gap schemes here, A gap to the hip of the puller is what we're telling the running back. Hit this thing downhill. A gap to the hip of the puller. H-back's cutting off with the tackle pulling around. So this is, again, that Wildcat stuff. Against Washington Jefferson, our top two quarterbacks are more or less out and very limited. So we're going to push the back out, run tackle wrap. You lead the back through there. And then obviously really big play. See it from the end zone here. H-back is also checking. He's going to pull through there if he gets no threat. So we get 2 through, actually 3 through on the play. Good cutoff block by 21 there, running and hustling for his buddy. Awesome job. Same play. We ran this the first 2 times we ran it, we scored big touchdowns. So we were feeling pretty good about this. This quarterback, who was a running back, who played Wildcat quarterback for us, had 5 touchdowns in the first half. So the Wildcat stuff worked out pretty well for us, I'd say. A great finish by him. But again, schematically, you guys can see we're pulling the tackle around there. Boom, and the other back is leading. Here, this tight end's getting pressure off the edge. He feels like he has to cut off. And there we go. Again, A gap to the hip of the puller, to the path. He's trying to convince these guys he's going to throw that to slow them down, which helps block them. And we're through. Okay. So we're running this to the tight end side here, I believe. A little different look. Generally, we run it to the open side. Here we've got this thing tagged up and we'll run it to the tight end side. Need to do a little better job on 5 here. He's a really good player. He's up the field. Tight end kind of lunges at him. Needs to keep a better base and strike. Good ace job, though. Center and the guard, play side guard, do a nice job acing up to 8. That's what makes the play. And again, notice the ball hand. Like I said, we want our running back A gap to the hip of the puller. He's right downhill in the A gap and getting vertical. That's a nice job of making a guy miss and getting a good run again. Big play against Grove City. Here we are. We got another one. Should go right to the end zone on it. Now we're running to the open side. We get pressure. They're fanning out to that. Center ends up being by himself here. But the H gets through. Again, the running back is going A gap to the hip of the puller, gets through the A gap, and then, has the vision to bounce it back. A lot of God-given ability there on the vision, for sure. Again, A gap to the hip of the puller here. Get to the mesh, get vertical downhill. Again, here, H-backs feels like he's funneling. He's got a funnel 2 there. Just get 76 through, clean up the garbage there. Got guys on the ground. Good job by the offensive line of finishing, getting movement. Tight end, 2 wides. We've actually got another tight end in the backfield here. So we are 12 personnel. Just we've taken that H back who's been in here, and we moved him back here to get the 2-back look. So now he's going to be able to add and be a second puller with this tackle wrap play. So he's over here checking. Nothing off the edge. He's going to get vertical and clean up anything. See it from the end zone. The 72 is going to pull around. Everybody's running. Tackle wrap here. H is front side on this thing. He's going to arc out, look for an overhang that might be coming. In this case, the backer, the play side backer runs out, which is interesting. Our tackle was kind of chasing him. Get vertical, find an opposite color jersey. Again, get north and south with the runner. We're under center here. Same thing, tackle wrap. There's a lot of determination by the runner. They tried to show you stuff in gun, 12 personnel, 13 personnel. We did some stuff out of 11. Okay, GT counter. All right, last one here, last group of plays here. So this is kind of fun. We end up getting 3 on this, 3 pullers on this. Fake jet. You can see the guard, the tackle, and the H-back all come. Actually, the center, I believe, gets out on this one. Again, we pop this one to the house. But we're going against that odd stack look. So we pull the center. Okay. Again, this is to the tight end side. They're working a tray to the play side backer. We leave 2, kick, wrap, and we're able to get the H back through, which is 3, and that's fun. Here we are again. Same play, going the other way. This time we only get 2. We got to cut off the backside. They got smart, and they walked the guy up to kind of give us more of a tougher look here. But again, those teams that only have 3 down and they have all those overhang players, we take advantage of that and say, well, if you're not going to blitz and you're not going to be on the line of scrimmage, we're going to pull and we're going to gap you up. So another nice gain here. Okay. This is fun. So what we're doing here against an odd front, we've been arcing our tackle to try and get out to the overhang player, the outside backer. And what we found is that it does funny things to people. You can see 92's not sure what to do. Am I getting reached? So he widens. 15 thinks, hey, it might be wide zone. He sees people coming. So we get the ace, the backside backer, and we end up kicking that 5 with the first puller. Go here. Kick and wrap. I just like this because all the downpour, this field is a mess. But again, A gap to the hip of the pullers, get north. Running back went a little wide there, but he got back inside where he needs to be. Okay, starting 2 back, we push the back. Again, we're arcing with our tackle against this odd front. Leave 2 for the pullers, kick and a wrap. Hit this thing north and south. This looks pretty cool from the end zone. Again, watch the tackle here against odd or tight fronts. We've been arcing this play side tackle, work the ace back, and then kind of almost influencing this 5 or 4-eye a little bit. He does a pretty good job of closing it down, actually. It's not influenced by it. But boom, we're kicking, and we get the second one through. Pretty good job there. Okay. And again, this is something you have to decide what you want to do. For us, we've done it both ways, where we went down with the tight end and we've arced. You know, here we kind of influence a little bit. When these guys are 6 eyes or 6 techniques, they're not really true 5s, or they're kind of the C gap player. We were just kind of giving a little bit of hand presence, so he didn't come blow the mesh up. And then we were able to get 2 through and kick this thing tight and wrap tight and get, again, north, south, A gap to the hip of the pullers. Boom, boom, right there. Good look at it here. Again, we're able to get up to the corner. And again, we got RPO stuff going on over here to the field. You see, with double slant. So this backer's trying to get in this window. Good stuff. Yeah, I just talked about, you know, when you run it to the tight end side, what to do with your tight end. Do you go down? Do you go up? Here, with this guy showing, he's going to go down. We end up logging the defensive end. See it from the end zone here. The second puller there, break a tackle. Good play. Yeah, this is probably the best view of it. And we prefer to kick those guys if we can, but if they're going to spill and come that flat, we end up logging. Okay. Here's an example. We don't really do a great job. First puller's got to log that 9. And again, that's why we kind of went to, with odd fronts, arcing and trying to, knowing that we need to kick that guy as opposed to logging him. Who's going to squeeze that down block. Okay, jet. Bacon jet and coming back the other way. See, we pull the center here. He gets the trap then on the force player. Tackle wraps through. H-back's got to pick up the blitzer off the edge. But again, going north and south. Another good look at this. Okay, here we are to the tight end side. Let's arc it. Try and get a piece of the DN, but arc up to the corner, whoever that force player is. Love what we're getting done here with the tackle and the guard, though, on the deuce. Great movement. And that's the the overhang player making that play, but really, really a well blocked play here. Boom. That's the safety. We're up to the safety there. Okay, 3x1. Now we're going to read this. We're going to run counter tray. And we're going to read that 5 technique. Want the H-back to do a little bit better job of protecting the mesh. Keep that guy at the line of scrimmage. He needs to get his motion a little bit closer so he can do that. We get the pull. Quarterback takes it in. But reading the backside of that thing makes it fun. Couple throws off of this. I think the last couple clips here throws. This ends up being a quarterback counter tray. He's reading this. He didn't like the flat screen there to the slot motion and took it and ran it. But well blocked play. Another throw here. Just got a simple quick game going on here. Got one guy out there trying to guard 2. We get the pull, we get the throw. Same deal. Little flat screen to the running back out here. Off the counter fake. Saw no one was covering him and dumps it. Okay. Another pull and a throw. Just a simple flat throw off of this. Again, trying to protect the mesh with the H-back. Keep that guy at the line of scrimmage. Quarterback gets the pull and the quick throw and the flat. All right, man. I appreciate you listening. Really love talking ball, and certainly appreciate all you guys' time tuning in.